Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be learning how to make this baggy Ankara trouser. As you can see, it has pockets and it's looking all nice. We are going to be learning how to cut, how to sew it. Also, we're going to be learning how to fix the band and put in the rope and everything. So let's get started. So I'm going to be making use of this beautiful Ankara fabric. I have 6 yards of this board. In total I used 3 yards. Let's just say you can manage 3 yards and it's going to accommodate your pockets, your pocket bag, and even your band. Okay, so 3 yards or a little bit above 3 yards. So I already folded my fabric, but before we go into that, I'm going to be showing you something. So I'm going to be using this elastic band. This is not your regular elastic band, the white 1 inch wide. This is 1.5 inch wide elastic band. They use it for this joggers and the like. So if you have that 1 inch, you can do that and then just join the 1 inch together, so you have like 1.75 inch wide. Okay, or you can use the 1 inch like that. So now my fabric is on fold and we're going to be cutting the front part of the trouser, the front panel. So for the measurement on fold, what I did was I divided hip measurement by 4 plus measurement by 4 plus 8 inches for ease, because we know that this is not a fitted pant, this is a baggy. So this works. Or if you want it to be a bit smaller, you can reduce the 8 inches extra. Okay, so but this 8 inches is going to sit perfectly on your body, but this is up to your preference. Then after that 8 inches, I added 2 inches for joining allowance. So quarter of my hip measurement plus 8 inches for the the big part, and 2 inches for the ease, and 2 inches for the joining allowance. Now to get our crotch, you divide your hip by your hip by 4. Okay, but before then we need to get our length. So now you remember that our waistband is going to be 2 inches wide, so you're going to subtract 2 inches from your total length, the length of your trouser. So let's say your trouser length is 42 inches, you're going to remove 2 inches, so that means you're measuring 40 inches for your trouser, and you add your hemming allowance and the joining allowance. Please, this is very important, because if you do not, when you hem your trouser, is going to be shorter than your normal length. So your length plus your hemming allowance and joining allowance at the top, then you subtract your band measurement from it. I hope you understand. So after you've gotten your measurements, you need to join and connect everything together, because you need the trouser to be straight, and so that when you cut it out, everything's going to be straight. I hope you understand. So make sure that you have a straight line. That is why the ruler is very important. So now we've gotten the length of our trouser. So now let's move to other measurement. So now for the crotch, like I said earlier, you're going to divide your crotch. To get your crotch, you divide your hip measurement by 4. So let's say your hip measurement is 40 and you divide by 4, so you're going to be getting 10. And as you can see, I am subtracting my band measurement from it as well. So you see the way I placed my tape rule. Then you add extra 2 inches for ease, because we don't want it to be tight. So you add extra 2 inches for ease. Then I added ½ inch again for joining allowance. I hope you understand. So if your hip is 40, you're going to be adding 2 inches for ease, then ½ inch for joining allowance. I hope you understand. So that means you're going to be adding 2.5 inches extra, or you can even go as low as 3 inches. It is entirely up to you, but the way I did mine, that is what I am showing you. Okay, so now for the crotch depth, I came in by 3 inches. Remember that I'm coming in by the open-ended part of the fold. So I came in by 3 inches. Then you're going to mark. So you mark it all the way to your waistline. Okay, so this to get the crotch, the crotch shape. Okay, so you get your straight line like this. Now in order to get your in order to get the perfect shape, okay, so you can come in, but before then, so you can just go in by your waistline, go in by ½ inch, okay. This is so that it's going to rest at the center of your trousers, it's going to rest well on your tummy, and it's going to look, you know, kind of fitted and not flat. So you go in by ½ inch and then you curve to get that curve. So if you can't really, you know, curve your hand, you can just go in by that, the square, the pointed edge, you can just come in by, you know, maybe like 0.5 inch, then you just connect so you can get that shape. Then I went up by ½ inch all round for my joining allowance, so that once I join, I'm going to get back that original curved shape of the crotch. Okay, remember, everything you're doing, always add your sewing allowance, your joining allowance, or else it's going to reduce your measurements. Now for the pocket, this is totally optional for the shaping. I mean, so to shape your trouser, so you shape your trouser, I came in by 1 inch. So you can, this is optional, you don't need to shape if you don't want. Okay, so if you don't want to shape in your trouser, you can just cut it like that, straight like that, without the shaping. Okay, so you can come in by, you know, 1.5 or 1 inch. Now for this our center front, so I came in by 1.5 inch on the hem, and I connected to my crotch line. I hope you see what I did. So I connected to my crotch line so that, you know, it's not going to, I just want a bit of shape, so it's not going to look too big. So if you don't want to do that, this is also optional. You can just cut your trousers straight without all of this, you know, this alteration. You can still even go ahead to shaping that other part, your side front as well. You come in again, and then you shaping just like you shaping the center front, the center front for the front panel. So after all of that, the next thing is for you to cut. Okay, so just make sure you follow all of your markings. So you follow your markings. So I want to use this medium to tell you that my membership is now open. So you can just click on my profile and you click on join. So you join the membership. There are different perks. You have access to me, to my social media account. You can ask questions. You're going to have priority. Okay, you're going to have priority. I'm going to be responding to your comments, you know. You can also request for tutorial. Okay, so you can request for tutorial as a member of my channel. So make sure you join the membership. Also, I'm going to be posting some much more detailed tutorial for members. So there's going to be videos for members only, and it's going to be very, very detailed. Okay, so there are different levels. You can do well to check them and then join the one that you feel that, you know, is well suited for you. So welcome to my community in advance. I can't wait to have you. So now let's move over to the back panel. Okay, so for the back panel is a little bit different from the front panel, but almost the same. So you're going to be seeing all of the alterations I did, but it's not so much. Okay, so now to get the measurement, you add 2 inches extra. You add 2 inches extra for your measurement. So let's say your front panel is 20 inches, you're going to add 2 inches extra. Okay, so now for the back part, you're going to be coming down by 1 inch, so that you're going to be able to accommodate the butt. Okay, but if you are on a bigger side, let's say like your hip is like 45 inches above, you can come down by like 1.5 inches or 2 inches, as the case may be. But you don't really need much, because this is a wide, you know, this is a baggy trouser. So you come down by, I'm coming down by 1 inch. Okay, so I'm coming down by 1 inch, then you connect it. So after getting your 1 inch, you join it together, then that is where you're going to start your measurement from. Okay, so that's where you're going to start your measurement. You place your front panel, you place it on it, starting from after that your your 1 inch or 1.5 inch for the butt allowance, as the case may be. So you arrange everything properly, and then we are going to see the next thing we are going to do. So you're going to be connecting all of this together. Okay, so after recording, I already recorded that part, but it didn't record because my storage was full. But I'm still going to explain everything that I did here. Okay, so I'm going to arrange everything back and then explain everything that I did. All right, so I'm going to arrange everything back, okay, just for you to have like a visual representation of how it was before I cut it out. So remember, we have 2 inches extra for the back panel as compared to the front panel. So you place your front panel on it after also coming down by 1 inch at the upper part to accommodate the bolt. So you can see that we have the front part and then we have the back part, as you can see. So now remember, we came down by 1 inch to accommodate the bolt. So you are going to be putting that 1 inch on the crotch line. So you come up by that 1 inch, then you now connect it to the hip line. So you can see you are going to get this slanty shape. Okay, so the 1 inch you connect directly straight to your side, okay, so directly to your side. Okay, so you can see that from the crotch line it is 1 inch higher, then by the sides it is the same measurement. So you can see, just connect it straight like that, so you have that slanty effect. So that is how you're going to get your perfect shape, and it's going to be aligned by the side. Okay, so that's that for the waistline. Now for the crotch depth, remember that we have 2 inches extra for the back. So from the 2 inches from the back, you're going to be putting it at the crotch line like that, then you connect straight to your waist. But make sure that the curved part for the back is wider than that of the front. So you can see that, but you can, if you're confused, just come up by like 0.5 or 0.75 inch. Okay, then you connect. Just make sure that all of this part is bigger, the crotch part is wider, the length of that part is wider by that 2 inches. Okay, just see what I did so that you understand. You come out by the 2 inches that we added to it, then you connect straight to your waistline, and make sure that the crotch, it is not the same. Okay, now for the leg part, because I don't want the back panel to be bigger than the front, so apart from that crotch line, I just connected it straight to the leg. Remember that we already added 2 inches extra to the front panel. Okay, so we've already added all the joining allowance. I don't want the back part to be bigger than the front. Okay, so I hope you understand. So it's very easy and very simple to do. So after you've gotten that, then you connect. But if you still want to add your own measurement, you are joining allowance to the back, you can do well and then just add it like that as you usually do. But already added everything to the front, so that everything is going to be easy. So now after all of that, you just cut out the remaining sides so that it's going to align perfectly with the back. If you follow all of the steps that I did, you're going to see that you're going to come out with an amazing result. Trust me. So you're going to be coming out with an amazing result. So now we need to get our pocket. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out our pocket bag. So I've gone ahead to cut out our pocket bag. So I cut out 2 pieces because we are going to be putting in 2 pockets. Okay, 1 for each side. Now for the measurement of my pocket, I did 14 inches by 14 inches. So 14 inches wide, 14 inches long. Okay, so it works perfectly for me. Okay, so that is how I usually cut my trouser pockets. So now this is totally optional. If you want to have this shape, you can do it, but if not, you can just connect straight. Okay, so but for mine, I just want to have that shape. So I came in by 3 inches, then I came down by 7.5 inches. So 3 inches by 7.5 inches, and then I'm going to do whatever shape. So if you want to do this V shape, this slanted shape like that, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to do a curved one, you can go ahead and do that. This is totally optional. Okay, so now then you place your pocket bag underneath. But please, this is the wrong way to position your pocket bag. This is wrong. So in the next clip, I'm going to show you how to position it rightly. And please note that you're doing this only for the front panel. Take out your back panel. So if you're shaping your pocket like this, only do it for the front panel. Do not cut it together with your back panel. I hope you understand. This shape only goes for the front panel of your trouser. Do not cut with the back panel, okay? So do not cut with your back panel. I hope you understand. So just the front panel, you're going to get this shape. So now I've already cut it out, so I'm going to show you the right way to position it, okay? So you're going to position your pocket bag underneath like this. See the way I positioned it. See the way I position it's not the other way that I did earlier. So you place it underneath like that, okay? So you put all of your pocket underneath like that, and then you cut it out. So then you get a perfect shape. So after you've already joined I just want to give you the visual representation. So you fold the pocket like this. So this is how it is going to look on your trouser after you're done, okay? So that is going to be the pocket opening, and you can see the shape that we have, okay? So you do that, and then you are basically done with your pocket. This is very simple and very easy to do. Please note that you only cut for the front panel, only the front panel. So now we are done with the cutting. The next thing is for us to sew. Now to join our pocket, make sure the right side is facing right side. The right side of your pocket should be facing the right side of your front panel. So you go ahead and then you stitch round, and after that you top stitch. Make sure you stop stitching on the pocket bag, okay? Not on the pocket, so that all of your seams is going to be inside. So I just use pin to hold this other part of the front panel together, so that you see how it's going to look. So after you've already sewn like that, you're going to just fold it like that, and that is how your pocket is going to look like, okay? So after you stitch, make sure you stop stitch on your pocket, and then you're practically done. So after you join everything together, this is how it's going to be. You're going to have the opening for your pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and join the pocket, and I'll show you the result. Okay, people, we are back. So I have gone ahead to join my pocket, and if you've gotten to this point and you are yet to subscribe, no, go ahead and click the subscribe button and smash the notification bell, so that you'll be the first to know whenever I drop another tutorial. So I've gone ahead to join the pocket, and you can see that I top stitched on the pocket part. So I top stitched on the pocket part, not on the main panel, okay? Then I have gone ahead to stitch the down part as well. So okay, so you go ahead to stitch the down part, and then you top stitch. So you can see, so you fold it inside like so. See the way I folded my pocket inside, then I stitched it inside, so that once you fold your pocket bag back in, there's not going to be fray edges or rough edges. So all of your stitches and everything is going to be inside the pocket. You're not going to see any rough edges once you turn your trouser outside. So after you've done that, you've sewn it from inside, then you go ahead and you now top stitch on it again, because you know that this is the down part of the pocket now, so that your pocket is not going to be leaking, okay? So after doing that, you go ahead and then still top stitch. So you top stitch again to further secure your pocket, so that it's not going to be leaking whenever you put your ends into it or you put any other thing into it. So this is going to secure your pocket. So you go ahead and do it for the two part of your front panel, and you're basically done. So you can go ahead, even the side as well, you can stitch that down as well. So now for you to have better easy access and ease when you're working, so you can just stitch the top part, you can stitch it to your trouser, so that it's going to hold the pocket bag in place when you are joining the back panel to the front panel. Then remember that while we were drafting, we came in by 1 inch for the shaping, 1 to 1.5 inch for the shaping of the side. So you go ahead and then also do the same thing on your pocket. Remember that the pocket is just straight, so that the back panel and the front panel is going to align. So you can just go ahead and then shaping that your side again, so that you're going to have the same thing. And if you're confused, you can just put your back panel on it so that you know exactly where the shaping ends. Okay, so it's going to be very easy for you to do. So now we are almost done. The next thing is for us to just join the legs together. So we're going to be joining each legs together. So you place your back panel on your front panel. One part of your back panel, you place it on your front panel. Then you go ahead and you stitch with your allowance. So I'm going to be stitching with 1 inch. So I'm going to be stitching with 1 inch. So I'm going to be joining it with 1 inch. So you join the sides with 1 inch and make sure you avoid the pocket bag. Do not stitch the pocket bag. Do not stitch it down with your trouser so that you'll be able to move your ends and move your pocket. But if you stitch it down, your pocket is going to it's going to be attached to your trouser, and then it's going to be like that. So make sure that you avoid that part. You can go ahead and even notch that part where your pocket, where you join the way it ends, so that you'll be able to flip the pocket and then you'll be able to join. So after you've joined your side, the next thing is to join the inner part where your crotch is. You also join with the allowance that you left. So if you do that, you have one part of your leg secured. Then you go ahead and then you join the other leg. As you remember, you join your front panel to your back panel for one part, then you do the same thing for the other part. So I've gone ahead to join this together. So you can see that we have 2 legs. Okay, so we have for the right and then we have for the left. So you can see that we have it separately. Look at our pocket, look at how good it's looking. And you can see the extension of the back. So you can see that the center of the crotch, you can see that it is 1 inch higher, as you can see. So if you do all of this, you're going to come out with a perfect result, trust me. So we are almost done. The next thing is for us to just join both legs together. Make sure you're joining the right side together. Okay, join your left and your right. Make sure that the front panel is on the front panel, the back panel is on the back panel. So this is how you're going to do. So you make sure you hold it together like this. Make sure you're starting from the center. Okay, the center where your crotch is. Make sure that the seam aligns. Okay, make sure the seam aligns together. It's very important that your seam aligns. Okay, then you go ahead and you stitch. But this is how to stitch. You stitch from the center to the upper part. So you stitch from the center of your crotch, you stitch it to the front panel, you stitch from the center again, and you stitch it to the back panel like that. Then you can stitch it like 2 to 3 times, okay, to further secure it, so that once you move your leg, it will not tear or something. It's just going to, well, it's a very baggy trouser, but I love security. Okay, so you stitch that part together like 2 or 3 times. So I have gone ahead to stitch it together, and guys, this is our trouser. Look at how good this is. You go ahead and you iron as much as possible. And if you're enjoying your tutorial, or if you enjoyed any of my tutorial, make sure that you try to support this channel, okay, with super thanks. Okay, so you can support the channel with super thanks. Just click on the comment section and support this channel so that I can do more tutorial. So you go ahead and you aim your trouser. So we're going to be learning how to fix the band in the next tutorial, because in the next video, because I do not want this video to be long. It's already long. Okay, so we're going to be coming up with more detailed on how to fix the band. So see you, bye.